If you took away every dollar you had, every status symbol, every flashy thing you think impresses her, would she still want you? That's not a rhetorical question. I'm asking you right now to imagine it. Strip away the watch, the car, the dinners, the trips, and all that's left is you. Here's the part no one tells you. A lot of women, maybe more than you think, aren't hooked by the money in the first place. In fact, they're magnetized by things that cost nothing. And those things, they're more dangerous, more intoxicating, and more addictive than any luxury you could buy. If you've been following Stoicism, you already know where this is going. Because real value is never in the external, it's in the internal force you carry. But the crazy thing is, most men still don't get it. Let me pull you in closer. I'm about to tell you one of those truths that once you hear it, you can't unhear it. And if you use it right, women will look at you the way they look at the man they swore they could never forget. 1. The secret currencies that make women forget about money. What if I told you that the things that make a woman lose sleep over you have nothing to do with your bank account? Not the number in your savings, not the car in your driveway, not the designer logo stitched on your shirt. We've been sold this lie for decades. That women want money above all else. And sure, money can open doors. It can create comfort. But here's the uncomfortable truth most men never discover. Real lasting attraction runs on currencies that can't be bought, borrowed, or stolen. And the wild part, most guys spend their lives investing in the wrong thing, thinking they're playing the game, while the men who get her heart, her trust, her obsession, are trading in a completely different economy. I learned this the hard way. Years ago, I was in this rooftop bar in the city, one of those spots where the drinks cost more than your first phone bill. And I was watching a guy at the next table throwing money like it was confetti. Bottle service, tips so big the waiters were practically bowing. Designer shoes so clean they looked fresh out of the box. And the woman with him, she was smiling, nodding, playing the part. But every so often, her eyes would drift across the room to this other guy. Quiet, leaning back, not showing off, not even trying to get her attention, just talking with a friend, laughing at something real. He didn't glance her way once. And yet, she kept looking. That's when it hit me. Money can buy the spotlight, but it can't buy gravity. See, women, at least the ones worth keeping, are drawn to men who radiate something deeper. The kind of man who doesn't need her attention, doesn't need the approval of the crowd, and definitely doesn't need to rent his personality from a luxury brand. That's the first secret currency, composure. You stand like a rock in the middle of chaos, and she feels safe in a way no penthouse suite could ever make her feel. You're not quick to anger, not desperate to impress, not bending your shape to fit hers. You move through the world like a man who knows exactly who he is, and she can't help but lean in. Then there's silence, but not the awkward, panicked kind, the heavy-owned silence of a man who doesn't feel the urge to fill every space with noise. Most guys crumble in silence, rushing to entertain her, to keep her from getting bored. But a man who can sit across from her, unhurried, unshaken, letting her feel the air between you, that man becomes a mystery she wants to solve. Another, the ability to walk away and mean it. Here's where most men get trapped. They build their lives around her instead of their purpose. They make her the sun they orbit. And the moment she feels that, respect starts dying. But when you live with the quiet confidence that no matter how beautiful she is, no matter how good it feels to be wanted, you will not betray your values just to keep her. That's when she realizes you can't be bought even with her own affection. It's dangerous for her in the best way possible, because she knows you're there by choice, not by need. And then there's conviction. Those unshakable lines you won't cross. Women watch you more closely than you think. They see how you treat the waiter, how you speak about people who can't give you anything, whether you bend your morals when no one's watching. Money might get her attention for a night, but convictions, that's what makes her imagine a lifetime. And finally, there's the most intoxicating currency of them all. Controlled desire, not suppression, not pretending you don't feel it, but owning it so completely that you can look at her, really look, and hold that heat in your eyes without rushing to act. You're not begging for a moment. You're creating one. You're letting her feel the tension without relieving it. And that restraint drives her mad in a way money never could. Put these together, and you create a presence that rewires the whole dynamic. Because when you operate in these currencies, money becomes irrelevant. Not because it's worthless, but because it's overshadowed. The core of you becomes the luxury. Women don't walk away from that kind of man. They replay him in their minds. They compare every guy after him to the way he made them feel. Safe, challenged, seen, and lit up all at once. 2. She wants you to do this. Instead of spending a dime. You've been told your whole life that women want a man with money. And yes, money can get you noticed. It can open doors, get you the table with the view, buy you the weekend in the city. But here's the truth. They'll never admit out loud. The men they remember, the men they crave, the men they can't shake from their thoughts. Those men didn't have to spend a dime to own her attention. Why? Because those men were trading in something rarer than money. It's funny. If you asked her, she'd never say it outright. She might not even realize it herself. But her body knows. Her heart Knows. That little voice in her head. When she's lying in bed at night, it knows. So, I'm going to tell you what she actually wants from you. Not the flowers, not the hotel room, not the shiny gift with the bow. She wants this. She wants to see how you handle the moment when everything goes wrong. When the waiter spills hot coffee on you. When traffic makes you late. When her mood turns sharp and she tests you. Without even knowing why. Most men crack. They get angry. They scramble to fix it. But you stay calm, steady. Maybe even smirk as if the world will have to try harder than that to shake you. That composure, it makes her feel safe. And a woman who feels safe gets addicted. She wants you to know when to stay silent. Not the awkward, panicked silence of a man who's lost his words. No, the deliberate, heavy silence that makes her lean in, wondering what's behind those eyes. Most men can't hold silence. They rush to fill it with jokes or compliments. But when you can sit there relaxed, looking at her like you've already seen past the surface, it pulls her in like a riptide. It's not what you're saying, it's what you're not saying that makes her pulse quicken. She wants to feel that you'd walk away if you had to. That no matter how much you want her, you're not afraid to lose her. This one scares her because she's used to being the center of a man's world, the prize he'll do anything to keep. But when you're the man who values your peace, your principles, your mission more than any woman, she starts to realize she can't play the same games. You can't be bought. You can't be owned. And now she has to earn you. She wants to know you have lines you won't cross. That you have conviction so strong they can't be bent. Not for her. Not for anyone. When she sees you refuse to gossip, to backstab, to compromise your integrity, even when no one's watching, she feels something money can't touch. Respect. And respect is the fuel of lasting desire. And then she wants the thing she'll never say out loud. She wants to feel your desire. Restrained, not hidden, not denied, but controlled. The way you can look at her and hold that look a little too long. The way you can let the air between you thicken without breaking it. The way you can make her feel that you want her badly, but you're not going to rush. You're not going to give her the satisfaction until you decide that control. It's intoxicating. It makes her wonder what else you can do with that kind of discipline. See, these aren't things you can buy. You can't swipe a card and suddenly have composure, or silence, or the power to walk away. You can't wrap conviction in a bow. You can't purchase controlled desire from a store. These are built, earned, lived. And when you live them, money becomes irrelevant. Not because it doesn't matter, but because she's no longer thinking about it. She's thinking about you. She's comparing you to every man she's ever known and realizing they all fall short. The Stoics had it right. They knew that true power comes from mastering yourself, not from stacking up things to impress others. When you operate from that place, when you stop trying to buy her attention and start embodying the man she can't forget, you stop chasing, you start attracting. So, the next time you think about pulling out your wallet to prove your worth, remember this. She doesn't want your money as much as she wants this. Your unshakable calm, your deliberate silence, your willingness to walk away, your untouchable convictions, and your disciplined desire. Give her those and she'll stay because she knows she can find a rich man any day of the week. But a man like that she might only find once. So here's the truth. She might smile at the man with money. She might laugh at his jokes, take his gifts, and play along. But when the lights are out, when it's just her and her thoughts, she's not replaying the dinners or the diamonds. She's replaying you, the way you made her feel without spending a cent, the way your eyes held her in place, the way your silence spoke louder than any sweet word. If you want to master that kind of pull, the kind that makes her addicted without you lifting your wallet, then this is where you start. Live these currencies. Own them. And watch how quickly she forgets about every other man. Don't just watch another video and forget this. Because the men who act on this knowledge, they're the ones she never recovers.